When you look at your smartphone or computer screen, the light you see is a combination of different colors, including red, green, and blue. The colors we perceive depend on the proportions of these lights hitting the cone cells in our eyes. These cone cells come in three types: red sensitive, green sensitive, and blue sensitive. By combining these three basic colors in different proportions, the screen can produce millions of different colors, or known as visible light. Visible light with longer wavelengths transmit less energy, while blue light with a short wavelength often gets a lot of attention because it's more energetic and can potentially lead to increased risk of eye issues, like eye strain, for example. To address these concerns, the idea of blue light filters has become quite popular.
This man is 1 in 1,000, all engaged in one of the largest factories of its kind, supplying spectacles to meet the increased demands of Britain's health service.
The concept of blue light glasses emerged around the early 20th century as people began spending more time in front of screens. In 2016, about 60% of the American population self-reported spending more than 5 hours per day in front of digital devices, and there has been a tremendous increase since the COVID-19 pandemic due to lockdown and remote working. This trend is not limited to America, it's happening all over the world. Prolonged exposure to blue light from digital devices can lead to digital eye strain. As a consequence of its shorter, high-energy wavelengths, blue light scatters more easily than other visible light. These scattering effects create what is known as visual noise, which reduces contrast and can make it harder for the eyes to process visual information. This extra effort contributes to symptoms of eye strain, such as blurred vision and headache.
Blue light tends to be excitatory for the central nervous system. So if you are exposed to blue light immediately before you try to go to sleep, your central nervous system has just been told that it should wake up by that blue light.
Devices that emit blue light can make the brain think it's still daytime, because blue light reduces melatonin levels, a hormone that affects sleep cycles. Any kind of light can lower melatonin actually, but blue light is twice as effective as green light at doing this. And it shifts sleep patterns twice as much. While all eyes have protective structures that shield them from some type of light, such as UV rays, but these structures do not specifically block blue light. This is where blue light glasses come in. These glasses have special coating that filters out blue light. The coating on the lenses selectively absorbs or reflects blue light wavelengths, especially those between 380 to 450 nanometers. By filtering out blue light, the lenses improve contrast and reduce glare from digital screens, making it easier for your eyes to focus and reduce eye strain.
They may be very useful for some people, but I would also assure people that as of yet, there is not strong evidence.
I think people are thinking, well, geez, you're right. After I use my computer for a bunch of hours, my eyes don't feel very good. I can't see really well. They're kind of irritated. But what's bothering them isn't the blue light. It's the fact that when they're staring at their screen a lot, they're not blinking as often. That causes the eye to dry out. And when your eyes become dry, they become irritated and scratchy and tired.
The 20-20-20 rule has been suggested by many doctors to reduce eye strain during prolonged screen time. The idea is to take a 20-second break every 20 minutes and focus on something 20 feet away. Additionally, frequent blinking needs to be emphasized. Typically, we blink 14-16 times a minute, but this reduces 4-6 times a minute when using screens. Instead of spending money on items like blue-blocking glasses, we should prioritize habits that genuinely benefit our eye health. These include taking regular breaks from screens, winding down before bedtime, eating a nutrition diet, exercising regularly, and avoiding smoking.